Hi people, it's me, Gerald Murphy of the International Wrestling Podcast, and you're now listening to the first edition of One More Podcast, as this will be a podcast released every Saturday morning around this time, looking back at last night's Friday Night SmackDown. Now this is going to be a very, very different podcast than what's out there with any wrestling podcast. It's going to be fast, it's going to be furious, it's going to be done at such an intense level. I'm going to absolutely run through everything that happened on SmackDown in 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm just letting you know, it's not like every other podcast. I don't go that much in deep. I'm just giving you what happened, what my thoughts were, and trying to keep it all within 3 or 4 minutes. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter at TheAwesomeTruth, Brian at Wrestling Zombie. If you have a friend that's into wrestling, please let them know about this podcast if you enjoy them. And if you would like to blog on this site, you can email us. Our email site is there, or you can contact either of us on Twitter. Thank you.
Close your eyes, you're right, and if your truth revealed, dreams you never lived, and scars never healed. In the darkness, light will take you to the other side. Find me waiting there, you'll see if you just close your eyes. If you just close your eyes. If you just close your eyes.
Well people, welcome to this, One More Podcast with me, Gerald Murphy, as I will be taking a look back at last night's Friday Night SmackDown. Friday Night SmackDown began with the Peep Show, with your host, as always, Christian, and the guest on the Peep Show this week was interim General Manager of Raw, John Laurinaitis, and SmackDown General Manager, Teddy Long. A very interesting segment again between these two. Listen, no matter what you say about this match, it's getting a lot of airtime, and in fairness, it's keeping everyone's attention on the road to WrestleMania. I'm just very interested to see where this goes after WrestleMania. Will it just be a one-shot deal as soon as WrestleMania is done? Will this be nipped in the bud and whoever wins just becomes general manager, full stop? I give you my opinion right now where I think this is going. I think this is going to the end of the brand split. Because really, you can't have the one general manager in charge of two different shows. I think this is the first stage on the road to the end of the brand split. On the Peep Show, we discovered that Christian would be on Team Laurinaitis, as Team Laurinaitis is now Captain David Otunga, Marcus J. Henry, and of course Christian. We're on Team Teddy. You have your captains, Santino Marella, R-Truth, and Kofi Kingston. And this led into a match between David Otunga and Kofi Kingston on this week's SmackDown, and I have to say this was a very, very enjoyable match. As me and Brian have stated before, we are fans of David Otunga, and I really think David Otunga can go far in WWE. He has the look, he has the personality, he has the skills, and he has the support backstage. And it doesn't help who his wife is, it just makes sure that he will always get a chance, and it's up to him to take the ball and run, and so far he's doing that. In this match, Kofi got the W with a Trouble in Paradise kick to David Otunga. After that, we went to a backstage segment where AJ and Daniel Bryan were discussing a brand new dress, which Daniel Bryan said looked better on the mannequin. But this led to Daniel Bryan telling AJ that he wants them to become the new power couple in WWE, bringing up this Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, bringing up Roger Manji Savage and Queen Elizabeth. And this led to him announcing that AJ would take on one of the Bellas in the match. I'm not going to remember what Bella was, because quite frankly, the two of them are waste of space. But this led to AJ getting the W with Daniel Bryan at ringside, and I have to say this was probably one of the most funniest segments I saw on SmackDown in a very, very, very long time. After that, we had a backstage promo with Cody Rhodes, pretty much saying that the Big Show is a choke artist at WrestleMania. Same thing he's been saying for weeks and weeks. But the thing about Cody Rhodes is he's making you believe that he has the capability of beating the giant like the Big Show. In doing that, he defeated the Great Khali, and he actually made it look believable, which a lot of people can't do against the Great Khali or the Big Show. After that, we went to a promo by Randy Orton as he wanted an explanation by Kane into why Kane has been attacking him the last couple of weeks, which brought Kane out, and Kane showed footage of what happened last July, where Kane and Randy Orton shook hands, and Kane said that he turned into human, pretty much bringing up what he was saying about The Undertaker back in 2003, saying that he became glorified, he loved the people, and now Kane is back as a monster and wants to make Randy Orton pay for that shake of the hand. And this match now will officially go down in Miami, Florida. It will be the Big Red Machine Kane, it will be the fight by Randy Orton, and I say this will be a very, very brutal match. After that, we had Drew McIntyre making his return to Friday Night SmackDown as he took on The Big Show. This was pretty much roles reversed as Big Show just pretty much bullied Drew McIntyre through this whole match. Shades of last week when he started suplexing Drew McIntyre over and over. Surprised that McIntyre actually got a few attacking moves in. Thought it was going to be a squash match. But the dig at the end really sets up the possibility that maybe this turn of Drew McIntyre's character is coming soon, where he does become a gay personality. After that, we had Mark Henry destroying Yoshi-Tattoo. I'm very upset that Yoshi-Tattoo has never gone anywhere in WWE, because really when he first came in the door, he was given that Battle Royal win at WrestleMania 26. He was actually given a decent enough push on SmackDown at the time, but ever since then he's really fallen into obscurity, and I think he's not that bad. Henry, another pointless W, because really Henry should be doing more than just destroying Yoshi-Tattoo. After that, we had Chris Jericho coming out to address his comments he made on Monday Night Raw about CM Punk's dad being a drunk. Jericho was very defiant, and this is very old school attitude era kind of promos where things get really personal. In the last couple of years, things have not gone personal in WWE. People have been crying out for either you're for or against this, or passionate sides on both sides. I think it's a good thing to really build a good rivalry going into WrestleMania. But then Jericho stated when he had a match with the Great White Sheamus. Very good back and forth match here, as I think Jericho really had Sheamus come out a bit, and then at the end Jericho got the win by the W as Sheamus was counted all over a kick by Daniel Bryan. This led to Sheamus trying to chase Daniel Bryan up the rank, coming back in and bro kicking Y2J. Now, this has been my biggest problem with Sheamus for weeks and weeks and weeks. He's been smiling, he's been cocky, he's been too arrogant for me as a face. But at the end of this match, he looked intense, he looked serious, and this is the Sheamus that needs to come to Miami. We don't need a smiling, happy-go-lucky Sheamus. He needs to be focused, he needs to be hungry, he needs to want to kill Daniel Bryan going into that match in Miami. Well, this has been Jaron Murphy. This has been, yes, one more podcast, and I will be here every Saturday morning to bring you a fast-paced look at last night's Friday Night SmackDown. And here you go, it's Daniel Bryan's theme music.